Hey Midsummer! We are here with Caleb Roehrig of Lasting Leaving and the upcoming White Rabbit. We just got ARCs and we're super excited to read it. So let's get started in your 67 questions. Are you ready?
Oh, as I'll ever be.
Okay, what's your favorite thing about being on tour?
My favorite thing about being on tour is actually meeting readers and getting to talk to them face to face. There's so much that you can say about a book in person that you can't communicate just through like blurbs and stuff. So it's really fun to explain to people why these books mean something special to me.
Yeah. What's your least favorite thing?
Fatigue. I hate getting up in the mornings, early mornings, and plane flight every single day is awful.
Okay, and so what's the most popular question you've received on tour?
So there's 4 of us traveling together, and all of our books deal with family issues one way or the other. And so very popular questions people ask us about our choices to write about family, and why did we choose to write a book about family? Which is an interesting question and demands a long answer.
Yeah. Describe yourself in one word.
Frazzled.
Frazzled. I like it. Describe your writing in 3 words.
What the hell?
Okay. What's the favorite character you've written?
Okay, this one's tough, but I think in White Rabbit there is a character, the main character's best friend was one of my favorite characters to write. Okay. A very fun, sort of fresh character. It's a dark story, so it's a good, yeah.
Choose between Flynn and Rufus.
I can't, these are my babies. I think Flynn is somebody that I would be more likely to hang out with, but I wish that I had Rufus's confidence.
Okay, describe Lasting Leaving in 1 sentence.
1 sentence. Can Flynn uncover his ex-girlfriend's secrets without revealing his own?
Ooh.
It's a question.
Yeah. Describe White Rabbit in 1 sentence.
Rufus Holt is having the worst night of his life, and it might also be his last.
Oh. Okay. What was the last book you read?
The last book I finished was One of Us is Lying by Karen McManus, which was 5 stars, amazing. And currently I am reading A Fierce and Subtle Poison by Samantha Mabry, which is also amazing.
Oh, I'll have to try it. Okay. So what's the last book that made you laugh out loud?
The last book that made me laugh out loud is probably My Lady Jane by Brody Ashton and Cynthia Hand and Jody Meadows. Really funny.
Okay. What is one word of advice you give to aspiring writers?
Read everything, because you never know where you're going to find inspiration and what's going to resonate with you. I was saying just the other night on tour, I was saying I read a lot of food memoirs, which actually gives me a lot of inspiration for romantic scenes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Who would you cast as Flynn in a movie?
Asa Butterfield.
Oh, nice.
Absolutely.
That would be awesome. Okay. What's the best book to movie adaptation you've seen?
I'm going to go old school for this.
Okay.
Psycho. Alfred Hitchcock's
Really?
Psycho. The book is not good, but the movie is genius. It's brilliant.
What's your favorite movie ever?
Casablanca.
Favorite mystery novel?
The Big Sleep by Raymond Chandler.
Favorite mystery writer?
This one's a tie between Sue Grafton and Sarah Paretsky. Sue Grafton really was who inspired me to write. Like that's why I wanted to be a writer.
Okay. If you could insert yourself into any true crime scenario, what would it be?
Okay. I would pick the murder of William Desmond Taylor in 1922. He was a Hollywood director, cast of amazing stars of yesteryear. It's a very intriguing, enduring, it's still unsolved.
So what's your favorite true mystery?
That would be the murder of J.B. Elwell in 1920.
I don't know who that is.
He was a playboy who pissed off everybody in town, and then one morning his housekeeper came in at 8 a.m. and found him dead in his sitting room. He was sitting in a chair, and he had his mail in his lap. He had a hole in his forehead, and the bullet that killed him had been propped on the table beside him.
Wow.
The mail had been delivered at 7 a.m. that morning. So somebody knew when the mail was coming and when the housekeeper was coming, came in the middle of that time, shot him, placed the bullet on the table next to him, and left, still unsolved.
Wow, that is so crazy.
Right?
Okay. What is your Hogwarts house?
I think I'm like Ravenclaw on the cusp of Gryffindor, because I've taken the test a couple of times and I keep getting a different answer.
Okay. What's your Patronus?
A dry martini.
Okay, what upcoming release are you looking forward to the most?
So I'm really looking forward to Foolish Hearts by Emma Mills, which comes out in December.
What's the favorite place you've traveled?
Favorite place I've traveled? Oh, my favorite city in the world is Venice in Italy. I was actually just there this summer because research from book 3.
Ooh. Okay, place you want to travel but have not.
Two places I want to travel that I have not, like that are at the top of my list that I haven't seen yet. I want to go to Japan.
Okay.
And I want to go to Brazil.
The mountains or the beach?
I'm gonna pick the mountains, actually.
Okay. Favorite place to read?
Anywhere, honestly.
Favorite place to write?
I have to write at home. I can't have too much distraction around me, so that's where I prefer to write.
Okay. Hardcover or paperback?
I think that I prefer hardcover, but there is something about, I collect pulp novels, and there is something about like an old used paperback that I just can't resist.
That's really cool. Who's your book boyfriend?
This one's also tough. I have a lot of book boyfriends. But, okay, but if I had to commit to one right on the spot, I'd commit to two. There's Isaac from Noteworthy by Riley Redgate.
Okay.
And then there is Mike, who is the main character in S.J. Gosley's Whatever, which is a great book, and I don't think enough people talk about it. But he starts out the book, and he's a complete mess, and then he goes through this whole journey of self-discovery, and at the end of the book, he is self-aware and a complete mess, and I can totally relate to that.
Yeah, definitely. What classic novel have you pretended to read?
All of them. Pretty much every book that I got assigned to read in high school. I mostly pretend to read. I'm so sorry, Mom. Moby Dick. We'll go with Moby Dick.
Okay. Classic novel that's overrated.
The Pearl by John Steinbeck. I think that the moral of the story, I understand what he was trying to get through, but oh my gosh, that book. I hate it.
Do you have a favorite classic?
Probably The Count of Monte Cristo.
Okay. What is the greatest love story of all time?
Real life or in books?
Either.
I'm gonna go with Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen.
All right. What's the last nonfiction book you read?
I think the last nonfiction book I read was probably 1,000 Days in Venice by Marlene de Blasi, which is a memoir of love and life and food. She was a cook who lived in Missouri and then sold her business and moved to Venice to marry this Italian man, basically on a whim. Like, they fell in love from afar, and then she left everything and moved to Venice, and she wrote this beautiful memoir about her first few years living in Venice and making food, and it's gorgeously written.
Amazing. Okay, book best friend.
My book best friend? I don't know. Hannah Marin from Pretty Little Liars.
Ooh, good choice. Okay. Favorite trashy TV show?
I'm gonna say The Hills.
Favorite Disney character?
I'm gonna go with the old lady from Snow White who tries to poison her with the apple.
Okay, writing with music or in silence?
In silence. Actually, I have a white noise app.
Okay.
I can do music.
What is one thing your readers would be surprised to know?
I have a black belt in Taekwondo.
Interesting. Least favorite YA stereotype?
Oh gosh, I hate when I tell people I write YA and they say, so that's like vampires, right?
Oh my goodness. Okay. What is a book you recommend to everyone?
I recommend to everyone I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson.
I love that. That's so good. What is the best thing about being published?
Just the fact, like this is a lifelong dream. Like, literally, I have always wanted to write, so it's just being published is its own reward.
Okay, do you write with spirits or with coffee?
With both.
Signature drink?
Probably the Dirty Martini.
What was your favorite subject in school?
Art.
Least favorite?
Math.
Who is the hottest teen wolf?
Oh my gosh, all of them, Katie. But if I had to pick one, Nolan is so pretty.
He is really pretty, yeah. Who is your favorite Teen Wolf character?
My favorite Teen Wolf character is probably Styles.
Okay. True crime or fiction?
I prefer fiction because true crime freaks me out.
What game show would you love to be on?
Jeopardy.
What's your favorite board game?
Clue.
Ooh, writing or reading?
Probably reading because it's easier.
Kissing scenes or snooping scenes?
Both, but snooping scenes are easier for me to write.
Okay, April or January?
That's really hard. I think I really nailed down the character of January, but I think there's more to April, so I guess I have to say if I was gonna write more, I would pick April.
Okay, and then why the month name?
I don't know. It just happened, but look in my future books. Look for my new characters, May, June, and Augusta.
Okay. DC or Marvel?
I was always a Marvel kid, but I think Wonder Woman has thrown me over to the DC side.
So favorite superhero?
Probably Wonder Woman.
Good choice. Yeah. Okay. Best part of Texas Teen Book Festival?
Oh my gosh. Everything. It's all great. The people that come, like the people that attend the Texas Teen Book Festival are so into books, and they're so excited to be here. It's really great. I was here last year and I loved it, so I'm really thrilled to be back again.
Best city on your U.S. book tour?
Well, obviously, Austin, Texas.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
So you won't babysit just
I
cats?
will babysit Justice Cat. I like cats and dogs, I just prefer dogs.
Okay, sunset or sunrise?
Sunset. I hate sunrise.
It's too early. The forest or the ocean?
I pick the forest.
Political cause nearest to your heart?
LGBT rights.
Okay, encourage people to contact the reps in one sentence.
Never underestimate the power of your voice. You have no idea how much change that you can affect. One drop at a time is all it takes to make a bucket overflow, so be a drop and call your reps.
Okay, and the best part of being a Fierce Reads author?
The best part of being a Fierce Reads author is the camaraderie. They send us around all these cities and we're like cats in a bag, but we all love each other, so we all support each other. It's just great to be around like literary people in a new city every day, meeting new readers from new places.
Yay! Well, thank you so much, Caleb, and look out for White Rabbit in next year in March?
Next year in April.
April.
Actually, April for April.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.